Boom! What's happening, people? Good morning, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. We are proud to announce our new daily broadcast streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV, proudly sponsored by our partners at Forexy and Markets.com. Join us every day on your favorite media channel, learn how investments work, win a prize every day, and find out what most Forex brokers don't want you to know. Starting next week, guys, we are launching a new talk show called Show Me the Money, where each and every one of you could win great prizes just by attending our live streams and answering a few simple questions about online trading and investments. Have you ever wondered, what would you do if you have the opportunity of having a one-on-one meeting with a famous CEO of a famous brokerage firm or a famous analyst from London? What would you ask them? Well, wonder no more. Join our daily streams and find out. And to sweeten the deal even more, you could win fantastic prizes every day. iPads, one-on-one mentoring from industry specialists, cash prizes, and much more. You can find all the links in the description down below, guys. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, follow us on social media, and support us in delivering more great content. Once again, good morning, Europe, and welcome everyone to the European markets opening. Do you guys remember that I told you I'm going to have two surprise guests this week? Well, the time has come. This afternoon, we will have an amazing chat about trading robots, expert advisors, and algorithmic trading with my special guest straight from London, Mylene Tran, brand ambassador for Octopus FinTech. Join us at 4:30, guys, and don't miss out what will be a fantastic webcast. We're going to expose some trading robots. We're going to show you how trading robots and algorithmic trading works. And even more than that, you get some insights of the market. So don't miss out. It's really, really worth it. Now, we start the day with a very, very busy day in the economic calendar, guys. We started early in the morning with announcements from UK. Okay, we had the services PMI earlier on, shortly after midnight at 2:30 a.m. From Japan, which came out 47.7 versus 46.9. But the day actually started with the announcements from the Bank of England, guys, which decided to increase the quantitative easing and keep the interest rates unchanged to a positive 0.1%. Now, we're going to have more announcements in the Eurozone in 25 minutes. We're going to have IHS Market Composite PMI. We're going to have Construction PMI at 11:30 GMT plus 2. The Spanish 10-year obligation auction. A couple of interesting announcements around lunchtime in the Eurozone. And in the afternoon, guys, we're going to have initial jobless claims, non-farm productivity, unit labor costs on the US dollar. But by far, apart from the US elections, the most expected event of the day is the FOMC statement and the Federal Reserve interest rate decision, which will be announced at 2100 hours GMT plus 2. The forecast for the Fed is to keep interest rates unchanged to a positive 0.25%. Okay, but definitely at 21:30 GMT plus 2, guys, we're going to see a lot of volatility on the US dollar. Let's see a couple of interesting articles, guys, and let's see what is happening with the elections in UK and what is happening with the Fed, what is expected to happen this evening. The Federal Reserve is scheduled to release its latest policy statement today after 2 days of debate in which policymakers lacked a critical piece of information: who will run the United States for the next 4 years. With the final result of Tuesday's presidential election still uncertain, the U.S. Central Bank's policy setting Federal Open Markets Committee, or FOMC, is expected to stick closely to its latest statement and repeat its pledge to do whatever it can to help the economy through the COVID recession. Until it's clear who the next U.S. president will be, it is the wrong time to be in a public eye, said William English, a former head of Fed's Monetary Affairs Division and now a professor at the Yale School of Management. They mostly don't want to be a source of any additional uncertainty at this point, so they aim for a pretty quiet meeting, he said in a recent interview with Reuters. The Fed's latest policy statement, due to be released at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 1900 hours GMT, will update the central bank's view of the economy and likely repeat its prior promise to keep its key overnight interest rate near zero until the U.S. labor market returns to maximum employment and inflation is on track to exceed the 2% target for some time. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell is scheduled to hold a news conference at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Very interesting to see what's going to happen. Now, let's see what is happening on the election side of things, guys. We still don't have a new US president. Financial markets, at least, reacted calmly yesterday to the unresolved presidential election, relieving the Fed of possible additional problem. Major U.S. stock indices rose for a straight day, while U.S. Treasury yields fell. Cornerstone macro analyst Roberto Perli said the decline in yields provided no fundamental story to tell about investor perceptions of election-related risk or the path of the economic recovery. The policy is expected to be embraced by Democratic President nominee Joe Biden if he's ultimately declared the winner of Tuesday's elections, may be starkly different from those that would be pursued by Republican President Donald Trump in a second term, and could reshape the outlook among investors for U.S. fiscal and health policy and expectations about growth and inflation. As of Thursday afternoon, votes were still being counted in a number of battleground states, with Biden leading in two critical Midwestern states that could tip the election in his favor. Now, as things stand right now, guys, we see Joe Biden leading with 264 votes versus Donald Trump, which only holds 214 votes. Okay, which takes Joe Biden in the lead with 50.4% out of 72,102,000 votes, and leaves Donald Trump with only 48% with 68,637,000 votes. But still, the vote count is still ongoing. Hopefully tonight, guys, we're going to get a result of who is the next American president. Now, moving on, we're going to read another interesting article regarding Bank of England and the stimulus measures. Let's see what is happening in UK as we are at the European markets opening, and we're going to get back to America in the afternoon. The Bank of England became the second major central bank this week to inject fresh monetary stimulus into a weakening economy, increasing its bond buying program by £150 billion to £875 billion. However, it kept its key interest rate unchanged at 0.1% on the positive, despite having examined the possibility of cutting it to zero or even below in recent weeks. The move is a response to the sharp slowdown in the UK economy coming from second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Since the committee's previous meeting, there has been a rapid rise in rates of COVID infection. The bank said in a statement, the UK government and devolved administrations have responded by increasing the severity of COVID restrictions. All restrictions announced up to and including 31st of October have been reflected in the committee's judgment. That's very correct, guys. Starting today, UK is going into lockdown. The new lockdown measures that they decided to implement last week. Let's see what's going to happen, guys. Hard times for everyone, hard times for the US, hard times for Europe, hard times for the Asian countries. Now, let's have a quick look at the charts, guys, and see how the major assets performed overnight. Maybe we get some indication, some trading signals, although don't expect too much from the markets today, as there's a lot of pressure and a lot of mixed signals coming from all over the world. We're starting the day with crude oil futures, which are currently trading at 38.75. We see crude oil settling above the 50 and the 200 moving average. RSI stochastic at the bottom of the chart, pointing upwards. And probably crude oil futures are getting ready for that slingshot effect. They are getting ready to push slightly higher. And if that's the case, probably investors will eye for the 40.84 level, which is the previous resistance level. Let's see, we're moving on to European currencies, guys. The euro, which is doing fantastic in the last couple of trading sessions. We see it now trading at 117.49. And by the looks of it, again, we see a gold cross to be formed between the 200 and the 50 moving average. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with the euro today. A lot of announcements in the eurozone. Hopefully, they will come out in green, boosting the euro a bit. The pound, guys, on the other hand, again, is doing really, really well after the announcement. It's currently trading at 130.28. A lot of positivity for the pound. Is pushing through the 200 moving average, as we see right now. RSI stochastic pointing upwards. Opportunity for traders to probably try and set the take profits somewhere around the 131 flat if they decide to go long on the pound. Again, it has to do with the announcements that will follow later on today. So don't get overexcited about it. USD JPY, on the other hand, guys, we see the US dollar trading at 104.34 versus the Japanese yen, settling below the 200 and the 50 moving average. Well, no wonder. We were supposed to have a new American president 2 days ago. Still, nothing has happened yet. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, which is pushing higher. Again, that slingshot effect. Currently trading at 0.7206 and settling above the 50 and the 200 moving average. Well supported by the 50 moving average. Who knows? Maybe it's going to push higher. And if that's the case, then probably traders will eye for the 0.7245 level. They're going to try and get roughly 40 pips out of it. And if you're trading with a brokerage that gives you very, very tight spreads, guys, then you should be able to do it if the Aussie dollar decides to go higher today. USD Canadian, on the other hand, currently trading at 131.15, settling below the 50 moving average. Okay, and by the looks of it, pushing downwards with the RSI and the stochastic again pointing downwards. We might see USD Canadian reaching 130.81 if this movement continues. Somewhere around that level will traders probably set their take profit levels. Quick look at the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones, which had a fantastic rally since Monday, guys. Okay, we can see the S&P 500 closing the day yesterday way higher at 3443.44. Okay, a bit of a pullback before the US closing, but that's absolutely normal, guys. You can see the rally that it had, and you can see the pullbacks. Let's see. It's all about how the markets will open today. Dow Jones the same. Pushed higher since Monday. Did a bit of a pullback after some news yesterday. And overall is settling above the 200 moving average. Now, the US dollar index is pushing lower, currently trading at 93.23. We see a dead cross to be formed between the 200 and the 50 moving average, which might push the US dollar index to 92.80 or somewhere in that region. Gold futures, guys, are trading sharply higher at 1,913.95, settling above the 200 and the 50 moving average. RSI stochastic still pointing upwards. If the dollar keeps dropping today, probably traders will set their take profits around the 1,929.53 level, somewhere in that region, as that's the previous high for gold. Go on, gold. Give us something to trade on today. Bitcoin, the absolute champion, guys. Last night, it broke the 14,000 level once again. Only 12 hours ago, I had Alex Katsaros in the studio, CEO at TopFX, and we were talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And I was asking him, when should we expect Bitcoin to reach again the 14,000 level? Well, there you go, guys. Less than 12 hours after the question. There you go. Bitcoin is trading higher at 14,473. Very, very well done for Bitcoin. We can see it if we move on a daily chart. We can see the fantastic rally that Bitcoin started on the 27th of April this year. And since then, it went higher and higher and higher. Very, very good rally for Bitcoin. If we look at it on a monthly chart, guys. No, let's decrease it back to a daily chart. Let's decrease it to a daily chart and zoom out a bit. Right, we see the next previous high standing at 17,181. The question is, will Bitcoin rally $3,000 anytime soon? This is the question. That could bring tremendous profits to all the cryptocurrency traders. Very good question. Let's see what's going to happen. We saw Bitcoin acting like a safe haven in the last month or so, and it's acting more like a safe haven with increased pressure on the US dollar. Let's see what's going to happen. Very, very interesting times for Bitcoin, guys. Very interesting times for cryptocurrencies. Ethereum, guys, also had a very interesting rally in the last few hours. It's currently trading at 403 on the dot. If it's going to push higher, then probably investors will set their take profits around the 416.67 level, as that is the previous high. This is what is happening with the markets, guys. Let's try and take some trading signals in about 30 seconds and see what investing.com thinks about the most traded assets today. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with the trading signals. Right, welcome back, guys. Right, investing.com after 17 minutes after the European opening sees the European currency strengthening together versus the US dollar. Well, no wonder why. Yes, strong buy on all four time frames on Euro USD, strong buy on all four time frames on the pound versus the US dollar on the cable. USD JPY, strong sell. USD CHF, strong sell. The Aussie dollar, strong buy. USD Canadian, strong sell on all four time frames. The Kiwi dollar versus the US dollar apparently set to a strong buy on all four time frames. Okay, and the euro versus the Swiss franc. Here we see a strong sell on a 5-minute chart, followed by sell on 15 minutes, sell on 1 hour, and the daily still remains a strong sell. Euro versus the CHF. So the direction for the day, according to investing.com, is European currencies to strengthen, the US dollar to weaken a bit, on a lot of pressure from US elections. America still doesn't know who the new president is. Still no news from the fiscal stimulus that America is waiting for. Let's see what is going to happen. Now, I got a breaking news from Forexy, guys, from our sponsors. They redone their main page. Look how nice it is. Highly volatile event, 100% risk-free trade. Trade CFDs with confidence and take advantage of high volatility. So basically, our partners at Forexy are offering a one risk-free trade for the newcomers. If you're interested in trading the US elections, you still have time to do that, guys. Feel free to open a trading account with either one of our partners. Look at Forexy, look at markets.com. Forexy is offering a risk-free trade. Take your chances, guys. Who knows? Maybe you can make a bit of profits from all this turmoil, all this mess up, all this stress that's happening with the US elections and the stimulus measures. This is it. Now, remember to join me in the afternoon, guys, and we're going to talk about trading robots, algorithms, and more stuff regarding EAs, and algorithmic trading. Join me at 4:30. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money.